At exactly 3 in the morning, the house was silent except for one sound that refused to stop. Not crying, not footsteps. It was the low, steady growl of a dog who would not move away from a baby's crib. In the dim glow of the hallway light, that growl felt wrong, heavy, like a warning meant for anyone who dared to come closer. What the parents were about to discover would change how they saw love, loyalty, and danger forever. Before the story goes any further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the quiet heroes that protect us when we least expect it, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who loves emotional stories, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps these powerful stories reach more hearts. Ethan and Marissa had waited years for their baby. After miscarriages, long hospital visits, and nights filled with silent prayers, their son Noah finally arrived, small and fragile, but alive. Their world instantly began to revolve around feeding schedules, whispered lullabies, and the soft rise and fall of his chest as he slept. Sleep itself became rare, and exhaustion became normal. Through it all, there was always Max, their 7-year-old German shepherd, who had been part of their family long before the nursery walls were painted. Max had once been a rescue with a rough past. He came from an abusive home, carrying scars on his body and fear in his eyes. Ethan had earned his trust slowly, with patience and consistency. Over the years, Max transformed into a calm, loyal companion, gentle with children and protective without aggression. When Noah was born, they worried how Max would react, but from the first day he surprised them. He stayed close, watched quietly, and never left the baby's side for long. At first, it felt sweet. Max would sleep near the crib, ears alert, eyes half open, as if standing guard. Marissa even joked that they had hired the world's most devoted babysitter, but after a few weeks, the behavior changed. Max stopped sleeping altogether. Every night, he positioned himself directly beside the crib, body stiff, eyes fixed, growling softly whenever anyone tried to move him. He refused food at night and ignored commands. The gentle dog they knew was replaced by something tense and relentless. Sleep deprivation made everything blur together. Ethan thought Max was being overprotective. Marissa worried he was stressed by the baby. They tried closing the nursery door, but Max scratched at it until his paws bled. They tried letting him sleep in another room, but he howled until Noah woke screaming. The dog was not being aggressive, but he was unmovable, as if an invisible line had been drawn, and he alone was guarding it. Night after night, the tension grew. Marissa's anxiety worsened. She began to feel watched even when alone, a creeping sense that something was wrong in the house. Ethan tried to stay logical, but even he felt uneasy watching Max stand frozen for hours, muscles tight, eyes never blinking. The growling was not angry, it was fearful, protective, urgent. One night, just before dawn, Noah stirred in his crib. Max's growl grew louder, deeper, vibrating through the floor. Ethan rushed in, thinking the baby needed feeding. As he stepped closer, Max suddenly placed his body between Ethan and the crib. Not attacking, not barking, just blocking, eyes wild with panic. That was the moment Ethan's stomach dropped. This was not normal behavior. This was warning behavior. They decided something had to be wrong. As Marissa picked Noah up, she noticed something that froze her blood. The baby's breathing sounded strange, not a cry, not a cough. It was faint, uneven, like air struggling to pass through. Panic hit instantly. She laid him on the changing table, hands shaking, heart racing. His lips looked slightly pale. His chest movements were shallow. Ethan grabbed his phone and called emergency services. As he spoke, Max finally relaxed for the first time in weeks, collapsing onto the floor as if his strength had been holding something back. Paramedics arrived quickly, their calm efficiency cutting through the fear. They examined Noah and immediately rushed him to the hospital. The truth unfolded under bright hospital lights. Noah had a rare condition that caused sudden drops in oxygen levels during sleep. It was silent, no crying, no alarms. If untreated, it could stop his breathing completely without warning. Doctors explained that many parents never notice until it's too late, but Max had noticed. The dog had been sensing the changes in Noah's breathing, the subtle shifts humans couldn't detect. Every growl, every sleepless night, every moment of refusal had been Max trying to keep the baby alive. The weight of that realization crushed Ethan and Marissa. The nights they thought Max was being difficult. The moments they felt frustrated. All that time, the dog was fighting a battle they couldn't even see. Doctors said if Noah had gone just one more night without help, the outcome could have been devastating. Noah stayed in the hospital for several days, monitored and stabilized. Treatment plans were put in place. Machines now tracked his breathing at night. The danger was no longer invisible. When they finally brought him home, Max resumed his place beside the crib. But this time, the growling was gone. He slept peacefully, his job done. Life slowly returned to a new normal. Marissa's fear softened into gratitude. Ethan found himself watching Max with a different kind of respect. This was not just a pet. This was a guardian who had saved their child without ever needing words. Sometimes, late at night, Ethan would sit on the nursery floor, watching Noah sleep safely while Max lay nearby, breathing evenly, finally at rest. Just before we reach the end, take a moment to comment below and tell us this. Do you believe animals can sense things humans can't? Your thoughts matter, and we read every comment. As Noah grew stronger, the story spread among friends and family. People came to meet the dog who saved a baby's life. Max never sought attention. He simply stayed close, always watchful, always calm. The scars from his past never fully faded, but perhaps they had shaped him into the protector he became. Sometimes, broken souls recognize danger faster than anyone else. Years later, when Noah took his first steps, Max was right behind him. When Noah laughed for the first time, Max's tail wagged like it was the greatest reward in the world. The bond between them was unspoken but unbreakable. A child saved by a dog who refused to sleep, refused to eat, and refused to give up. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that love sometimes shows up quietly and protects us without recognition, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to the channel. Your engagement helps us continue sharing stories that matter, because sometimes the heroes in our lives don't wear uniforms, don't speak our language, and don't ask for thanks. Sometimes they just sit beside a crib in the dark, guarding a life with everything they have.